All right, so I'm going to give you these headphones. I want you to close your eyes when you get them on there. We're just going to play a little something for you, and just kind of let it wash over you.
Oh my God.
The impact between a golf ball and an iron lasts for less than half of a millisecond. In that time, vibrations are created which then radiate from the impact.
Half a millisecond. And there's so many different things that can make that impact really good or really bad. How the club interacts through the turf. How the shaft is optimized for your swing. The grip is also sensory, it's tactile. But then beyond that, it's acoustics. That's insane. You know you're doing research when you have to work in an office that has like a, 9-inch thick steel door. So largest civilian use anechoic chamber in the United States. Built in the 60s for the Skunk Works project for the stealth fighter. For an engineer, this is like bucket list, It really is. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah. Acoustics really entered the equation early to mid-2000s. Engineers realized that there was more to feel than just sole design and turf interaction. It was more about the player's experience. And one of the big keys of that experience is what you're hearing. That was when we started taking sound recordings of everything we could.
What club is first?
Let's do the MB Proto.
MB Proto.
Your butter knife. How good does that sound? Waveforms are just so rich in information. And when you take these recordings over 20 years, then you really start to have a catalog of what works. And from there, we can start to take an analytical approach and a predictive approach where we start to simulate acoustics in a virtual environment.
The hard part is that every aspect of every component of the golf club has its own modal frequency.
Modal frequency can be thought of as the natural frequencies that the different components of an iron want to vibrate at.
How is the thin face interacting with the polymer of max impact? What is the back doing? What is the badge doing?
So we can run these different virtual experiments, taking parts out or putting them in, and see how they'll manipulate the sound frequency.
The simulation can be thought of as an instrument, and you're tuning each component every time to see if it's producing the chord that you're hearing in the recording.
If you get the correlation, it allows you to quickly iterate through a ton of different models. So before we would only run a handful of different ideas, and with simulation you can run hundreds of ideas.
Some combination of those creates a signature which is the best sound, the best feel.
When we began, it was how much loss in terms of feel. can we tolerate? Engineering all this performance into a club. Now we're asking the question, how can we have it all? How far can we push this?
Holy cow.